Queen wesret is the last pharaonic queen who did rule Egypt in 1168 BC, and thus she owns this marvelous tomb here in the Valley of the Kings and not in the Valley of the Queens in the West Bank of Luxor. That proves how the women in ancient Egypt were honored at a time when the rest of the world was trembling in the Dark Ages. Let's tour around this tomb together. Queen wesret was the last ruler in the 19th dynasty, the dynasty which is known by the great pharaoh Ramses II. After the death of her husband King Seti II, she took over and ruled for 2 years before the dynasty weakened and a Syrian man called Erso took things under his control, until another one called Setnacht managed to put an end to the 19th dynasty and started a new one, the 20th dynasty. The walls of the tombs of the Valley of the Kings are rich with scenes and texts from religious books. They describe the imagination of the Egyptians of life after death in the nether world. One of these religious books is pictured at the entrance walls of the Queen's tomb. It's the Book of the Dead. So called it the German archaeologist Lepsius. The book is composed of 200 chapters or spells. Their aim are to ensure the safety of the deceased against the hardship of the netherworld and assure his eternal life there. But the main purpose of the book was to help the deceased to exit his tomb during the day. In this particular tomb, the Queen has chosen the chapters that start from 145. Each king or queen would choose their most preferable parts of the religious books and would have them relieved on the walls of their tombs, which would have been made during their lives. When King Setnacht usurped the tomb, he covered the Queen's scenes with stucco to draw his own. That act was done by several kings as well, in other tombs. In the New Kingdom, there were 2 central places where the contents of the Book of the Dead were prepared, the 2 cities of Thebes and Memphis. Thebes was the main capital, and Memphis was a military capital. It's known that some of the chapters of this book had changed from one dynasty to another. But in all cases, the pharaohs were keen on expressing their worship to the sun god. This was achieved by recording the sun song or prayer on the walls of the corridor that follows the entrance, keeping the balance between the basic need of ensuring the mummy's safety to guarantee immortality in the netherworld and the continuity of the relationship with the sun god. The burial chamber is found at the rear of the tomb, and her sarcophagus was found in a perfect condition. The colors of the tomb, that dates back to 1168 BC, are all original. The tombs of the Valley of the Kings never cease to amaze even the archaeologists, as till today many secrets of the great ancient Egyptian civilization are still buried, and perhaps time will tell.